We can be facing the biggest economic change of our lifetime. Not only you, but also your money. Friends, family, and your kids can be affected for it. The dollar standard is in danger. That's it. You heard me right. Understanding what's going on can not only prevent you for future losses, but also to help you to be one step ahead and make money from it. After all, there's an old hard truth quote that says, "While some cry, others sell tissues." Welcome to today's video with a topic that should concern all of us, the imminent collapse of the US dollar. This isn't just some hypothetical situation that may or may not happen in the future. It's a real possibility that could happen sooner than we think, and the implications would be enormous for the global economy and your whole life as well. I'll try to explain it in this video. So if you enjoy this type of content, consider to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon to be notified. Firstly, have you ever heard the expression petrodollar? This is from where the dollar dominance started. The term petrodollar originated in the 1970s and refers to the United States currency, the dollar becoming the dominant currency used in international oil trade after the elimination of the gold standard. Following World War II, the U.S. held most of the world's supply of gold and agreed to redeem any U.S. dollar for its value in gold if other countries pegged their currencies to the dollar. However, in 1971, President Nixon ended the convertibility of the U.S. dollar to gold, creating a fiat currency system. As a result, oil exporting countries, led by Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, known as OPEC, agreed to price their oil exclusively in U.S. dollars, thus creating a significant demand for the dollar in the international market. This created a symbiotic relationship between the U.S. and the oil exporting countries, as the U.S. would provide military support and security to these countries in exchange for their agreement to price oil in dollars. Currently, over 90% of all oil traded globally is priced in U.S. dollars. The petrodollar system allows the U.S. to maintain global economic dominance, as it requires other countries to hold U.S. dollars as a reserve currency and facilitates the U.S. government's ability to borrow at low interest rates from other countries. In recent years, some countries have been working to reduce their dependence on the U.S. dollar and promote their currency's international use. For instance, China has been promoting the use of the yuan as an international reserve currency through measures such as the Belt and Road Initiative, which is a topic for another video, and the establishment of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Russia, on the other hand, has also been promoting the use of its currency, the ruble, in international trade by signing currency swap agreements with several countries, due to the sanctions from US and Europe by Russia war with Ukraine. In addition, some countries have been exploring alternative currencies such as gold and digital currencies. For example, some countries have been increasing their gold reserves, and there has been a growing interest in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others as an alternative to traditional currencies. So what does this all mean for the United States dollar nowadays? Well, it means that other countries will start to dump their US dollar reserves, which will lead to a massive sell-off of the currency. This will cause the value of the dollar to plummet, which will lead to inflation and a decrease in purchasing power for Americans. But it's not just Americans who will consequently be affected by the collapse of the US dollar. Will have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. For example, many countries hold US dollars as their reserves, which means that they'll lose a lot of their wealth if the value of the dollar drops. This could lead to financial instability in those countries and a global recession as well. Furthermore, the U.S. government has been able to finance its debt by selling treasury bonds to other countries. But if these countries no longer want to hold U.S. dollars, they'll stop buying these treasury bonds, which will make it harder for the United States to finance its debt. In a future worse scenery, this could lead to a default on U.S. debt, which would have catastrophic consequences for the global economy. The collapse of the U.S. dollar would also have implications for global trade, because the U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, and many countries use it to conduct trades with each other. However, if the value of the dollar falls, it'll make it more expensive for countries to buy American goods, which will hurt American businesses and lead to a decrease in exports. Investing in other currencies such as gold, silver, or cryptocurrencies is one option to protect your capital. For thousands of years, gold has been a store of wealth, and it is likely to keep its value or maybe increase it even if the U.S. currency fails. Cryptocurrencies are also becoming more popular as an alternative to traditional currencies and may provide a good hedge against the collapse of the US dollar. Another option is to invest in assets that are likely to appreciate in value if the US dollar collapses, such as real estate and commodities like oil and precious metals. Aside from the impact on the US economy, the collapse of the US dollar would have far-reaching global ramifications. Many countries, particularly those in the developing world, rely heavily on the US dollar as a reserve currency. If it were to collapse, these countries would be left without a reliable currency to trade with, causing chaos in the global economy. Additionally, the collapse of the US dollar would likely result in a major shift in global power dynamics for decades to come. The United States has been the world's preeminent economic and military force, owing partly to the strength of its currency. If the US dollar were to collapse, other powers that have been stockpiling gold and other valuable commodities, such as China and Russia, would emerge. China is already the world's largest gold producer and has been aggressively stockpiling gold in recent years. Furthermore, China has been working to create an alternative to the US-dominated financial system by developing its own international payment system if the US dollar were to collapse. China could be in a strong position to capitalize on the resulting power vacuum, becoming a dominant economic system in the world. The collapse of the US dollar is a looming threat that cannot be ignored. The agreement between Saudi Arabia and the BRICS to dump the petrodollar is a significant step towards this collapse, and it is only a matter of time before other countries follow suit. This would be disastrous for the US economy and would almost certainly result in a significant shift in global power dynamics, affecting also many other countries, putting the whole world in a storm. As Donald Trump said in an interview that, if it happened, would be the World War III. Individuals and governments must prepare for this possibility by diversifying their assets and investing in alternative currencies and commodities, not relying only on the dollar. I'll leave here some other videos to help you to save money and invest wisely. I highly suggest you to watch it. That's it for today's video. If you liked, please show your appreciation by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, and also clicking the notification bell so you won't miss out on our future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.